March 27, 1977, Tenerife Airport, Canary Islands. Not a typical sunny day. Fog hung heavy, shrouding the runway in an eerie silence. Two Boeing 747s KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736 found themselves diverted to this small airport. A bomb threat at their original destination, Gran Canaria Airport, forced their unexpected landing. Passengers, eager to reach their destinations, waited impatiently. Little did they know, fate had a tragic encounter in store. The fog, already a nuisance, would soon become a sinister accomplice to disaster. The stage was set for the deadliest aviation disaster in history, a chilling tale of miscommunication and missed opportunities. The diverted planes crammed onto Tenerife's single runway, already crowded. Tensions rose as the fog persisted, delaying departures. Every minute felt like an hour. KLM 4805, with Captain Jacob Veldhuizen van Zanten at the helm, was ready for takeoff. A seasoned pilot, Van Zanten was KLM's top instructor. But even experience couldn't prepare him for the chaos that was about to unfold. Meanwhile, Pan Am 1736, under the command of Captain Victor Grubbs, taxied behind, following KLM 4805. The airport, ill-equipped for such large aircraft, became a pressure cooker of stress and urgency. The clock was ticking, and in the fog of Tenerife, disaster loomed. Communication became a tangled web of misunderstandings. The thick Spanish accents, coupled with radio interference, made clear communication a luxury they couldn't afford. KLM 4805 requested permission to take off, but the air traffic controller's response was unclear. Did he give clearance, or merely acknowledge KLM's request? Adding to the confusion, Pan Am 1736's transmission about their position was stepped on by another message, leaving KLM 4805 with an incomplete picture of the situation. The fog, once a visual obstacle, now amplified the communication breakdown. The stage was set for a catastrophic misunderstanding. Convinced they had clearance, KLM 4805 began its takeoff roll, picking up speed on the fog-blanketed runway. Inside the Pan Am cockpit, confusion reigned. They were still on the runway, but had KLM seen them? A tense exchange with the tower did little to clarify the situation. Seconds felt like lifetimes. Suddenly, through the dense fog, the crew of KLM 4805 saw the silhouette of Pan Am 1736 directly in their path. Their hearts pounded in their chests. It was a moment of horrifying realization. They were on a collision course. Time seemed to slow down. Section 5. The blinding fog of confusion. Captain Van Zanten of KLM 4805 desperately attempted to lift the aircraft, the engines screaming in protest. The dense fog made visibility nearly impossible, adding to the already tense situation in the cockpit. But it was too late. The aircraft, heavy with fuel and passengers, struggled against the forces of nature and human error. The massive Boeing 747, laden with fuel, struggled to gain altitude. The impact was deafening. The collision was inevitable, a tragic consequence of miscommunication and poor visibility. KLM 4805, its undercarriage shearing off the top of Pan Am 1736, cartwheeled down the runway, a mangled wreck engulfed in flames. The scene was one of utter devastation, with debris scattered across the tarmac. On board Pan Am 1736, terror gripped the passengers as the impact ripped through their plane. Screams filled the cabin as the realization of the disaster set in. Chaos and confusion reigned as the reality of the situation sunk in. Emergency response teams scrambled to the scene, their efforts hampered by the thick fog and the sheer scale of the disaster. The fog, once a silent observer, now mingled with the smoke and screams, a grim testament to the tragedy. It was a haunting reminder of the fragility of human life and the devastating consequences of a moment's confusion. Section 6. A moment of impact. The impact sent shockwaves through the aviation world and beyond. 583 lives, passengers and crew from both planes, were lost in the blink of an eye. The small island of Tenerife was scarred, forever marked by the tragedy that unfolded on its runway. The world mourned, united in grief and disbelief. News of the disaster spread like wildfire, dominating headlines and news bulletins. How could such a catastrophe occur? The investigation began, piecing together the events that led to this unimaginable tragedy. The world waited with bated breath for answers. The investigation, a complex puzzle of human error and technical factors, unraveled slowly and meticulously. Experts from various fields came together to piece together the sequence of events that led to the disaster. It pointed to a perfect storm of unfortunate events, each one compounding the other, creating a scenario that was almost impossible to foresee. Miscommunication, exacerbated by language barriers and radio interference, played a crucial role. The inability to clearly understand instructions led to critical delays and errors. The pressure to get airborne before the fog worsened, a race against time, added to the already high-stress environment. Coupled with the limited capacity of the small airport, which was not designed to handle such a high volume of traffic, the situation became increasingly dire. This created a tinderbox of stress, where even the smallest mistake could have catastrophic consequences. The Tenerife airport disaster became a tragic case study in the importance of clear communication and adherence to safety procedures. It highlighted the need for rigorous training and strict adherence to protocols. The findings led to significant changes in the aviation industry. New safety measures were implemented to prevent such a disaster from happening again. Standardized phraseology, improved ground radar systems, and crew resource management training became paramount. These changes aimed to ensure that all parties involved could communicate effectively and work together seamlessly. The legacy of Tenerife lived on, serving as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance and clear communication in the skies. It was a lesson learned at a great cost. Pilots and air traffic controllers now undergo rigorous training to use standardized phraseology, ensuring that every word spoken is understood without ambiguity. This practice has become a cornerstone of modern aviation safety. The Tenerife airport disaster serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the unforgiving nature of aviation. It underscores the importance of clear communication, not just in the cockpit, but in all aspects of life. The lessons learned from Tenerife extend far beyond the realm of aviation. They highlight the crucial role of effective communication in high-stress environments, where even the smallest misunderstanding can have catastrophic consequences. The disaster forced the aviation industry to confront its vulnerabilities and implement significant changes to enhance safety protocols. It was a wake-up call, a tragic but necessary catalyst for improvement. The legacy of Tenerife lives on, a testament to the importance of learning from past mistakes. Clear communication is the lifeline of safety, not just in aviation, but in all walks of life. From operating rooms to construction sites, from classrooms to boardrooms, effective communication can be the difference between success and disaster. The Tenerife tragedy highlights the importance of clear, concise language, active listening, and mutual understanding. It emphasizes the need to eliminate ambiguity and ensure that messages are received and interpreted correctly. In today's interconnected world where information travels at lightning speed, the importance of effective communication cannot be overstated. It is a skill that requires constant practice and refinement, a skill that can save lives. Tenerife reminds us that communication is not just about speaking, but about truly connecting. The Tenerife airport disaster, though a tragedy, spurred significant advancements in aviation safety. It was a wake-up call that echoed throughout the entire industry, highlighting the critical need for change. It forced the industry to confront its shortcomings and implement measures to prevent similar disasters from happening again. This included a thorough review of existing protocols and the introduction of new, more stringent safety standards. From standardized phraseology to improved training programs, the legacy of Tenerife lives on in the countless lives saved by these advancements. Pilots now undergo rigorous training that emphasizes clear communication and precise execution of procedures. The aviation industry, once shaken to its core, emerged stronger and more resilient. Engineers and designers have worked tirelessly to enhance the safety features of aircraft, ensuring that every flight is as secure as possible. But the lessons of Tenerife extend far beyond the realm of aviation. They have influenced safety protocols in various industries, from maritime to healthcare, where the principles of clear communication and teamwork are equally vital. They serve as a reminder of the importance of clear communication, effective teamwork, and a steadfast commitment to safety in all aspects of life. Air traffic controllers now work with enhanced systems that facilitate better coordination and reduce the risk of errors. The skies are safer today because of the lessons learned from Tenerife. Airports around the world have adopted more efficient traffic management systems, ensuring smoother and safer operations. Let us carry those lessons with us in all that we do to create a safer tomorrow. By embracing these principles, we can build a future where safety is paramount and tragedies like Tenerife are a thing of the past.